I've done a quick fun little project for St. Patrick's Day coming up next week. Just a little bit of something to give to a few close friends. So they're called matchboxes and they're made up of a sleeve and an inner base, I suppose you could call it. I've been making these out of plain cardstock, and I've also been using Golden Mead's Useful Greens kit, and there's also a flowers and hearts kit which I've done some cutouts with, and I've also done a bit of my own stamping as well. So what they are is the sleeve, as I said, and then you can fill it with cute little goodies like the Avalanche Coffee Irish Cream sachets. And in this little one we've got the Irish cream and a couple of Whittaker's chocolate bars, because who doesn't like chocolate? You can embellish them in any way you like. I've done them in St. Patrick's Day greens, but you could definitely do it for any little thing you've got. So that's what we're going to do today. A couple of other little cute ones. Again, Golden Mead hearts and flowers. This one was a little bit more plain with a little band around it. Open it up. That one's just got a bit of stamping on it. Love this one with the little green hearts in it. I know this person who's getting this doesn't like coffee, so they get some extra chockies instead. And this beautiful one, this one's doesn't need to be St. Patrick's Day. It's a beautiful green paper that's in that kit with like a rustic wood patina. Just finished off with a little embellishment. So let's go. We're going to use the A4 pages. Now I've got one which has been left over from the last one I did, and I'm going to use a black base for this one. And actually, if I get time, I might do one with the neutral. This is from the 50 useful neutral papers from Golden Mead as well. One of theirs which I had printed out, so I'll take it out just in case. So starting with the base, and you don't need to use these colours. These are simply just colours that I've kind of matched out. Like I said, if you want to do Valentine's ones, Christmas ones, whatever you need. Now, I'm not very good with imperial measurements, so I hope I've got these right, but the base is a 7 3/8 by 4 7/8, or 18.5 by 12.5 centimetres. So we'll give that one a go and see how we do. 1, 2, 3. And you should be able to get two bases out of a A4, and you should be able to get two sleeves out of an A4. So two boxes, two matchboxes out of no, tell a lie. You're not going to. You're going to get one base. You are going to have these left over. Hold on to them. We all love our scraps, don't we? And then the sleeve is 8 by 5 or 20.5 by 13. You'll get two, I'm sure you get two bases out of an A4. What did I say? 8. Trim off the extra white on there. That one will be fine. By 5, wasn't it? Take that one out of 5. Let's take the extra trim off there. And I think that's about 8. Again, hold on to these. I'm going to use my scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, just to measure it out. I'll put all these measurements in the description. So this is the top sleeve, but we want it scored at 1 1/4, 3 3/4, 5 and 7 1/2. They seem a bit weird, don't they? But they will make sense when we put it all together. I'm just going to fold those up. Once you've got your measurements, and you can make them from your size, just experiment with your different measurements. You'll see why we've done that. And then the base is scored all at 1 1/4 centimetres. Oops. Around all 4 sides. That's all it's going to need to do. Get rid of that. Now black is probably not ideal too, but you'll see you just want to make your box base now. So what you're wanting to do is pull out, I go straight up on this here and a slight angle on the one on the inside, and just to make it tidy. I'm not sure you can see that. We're just making the box base. We're just going to cut to that 1 1/2 inch line. Oh, sorry, 1 1/4 inch line that we've scored it at. So we fold them up, fold all your lines on your scores, and what we're going to try and do is fold it so that you make your box base. So in this example here, you'll see how we've got the box made up. I use double-sided tape for this only because I want a quick hold, and I don't want to wait for glue to dry and it can get a little bit messy. So I'm just using double-sided tape. It doesn't matter which thickness, I prefer to use a slightly thinner one, and applying the and I bet I've forgotten to get out my pokey tool to lift it off, because it can be a little bit sticky. I'll use my awl instead. Lift off here. It's funny how sometimes it comes off straight away and other times it's very annoying. So you've got your sticky tape here. Put your flaps to the inside, and what you want to do is try and line it up nice so that you've got a nice sharp edge. Okay, on the inside again. It'll help if you actually folded it, Helena. And again, you've got line it up so that gives it a nice box base. And do the other two sides as well. You can get into a bit of a production once you've got all your base and your sleeves measured out and cut out. You can actually, come on here, get going pretty quickly. And there. So St. Patrick's Day for me, it's usually just a bit of a fun afternoon. We usually get home from work and put on some Irish music, and quite often we'll do something silly like lamb shanks or something like that, even though it is March and it's summer, and it's, well, it's not summer now, it's autumn, although the weather hasn't been great. So there's your box base. Let's move on to the sleeve. So this is the sleeve that we're going to do, and that slides over the box base. So they're scored. If you make sure it's all nicely lined up on your score lines. Otherwise it could be a little bit wonky, but you know what, when you've got pattern paper it can be a little bit forgiving. I absolutely love this pattern. I think I'm going to use more of it, especially with autumn. So you've got your scores, and all you're going to do is fold it up. And what you want to do is the bit that here, that's what you're going to put your tape onto and attach it to that side, so you end up with a matchbox sleeve. Back in the day when we know what matchboxes were, I don't even know. Well, I'm assuming you can still get matches. Must be able to, but I haven't. You want to tape it on the outside and get it as close to the edge as you can, so that when it folds up, I think I need to go and get my eyes tested because I can't see. Or maybe I just haven't had enough coffee this morning. There we go. Right, so this is going to fold in, and the easiest way I find is to just, you should line it up. Oops, sorry about that. And tape. See, that's why double-sided tape is quite handy. So there is your box base. Pretty simple, huh? So we'll do a quick decoration. What shall we do? And get out that. Actually, no, I think we want something a little bit more natural. Got some nice lace here. Yeah, I think that would look quite pretty. So what I'm going to do is, if you use paper, same kind of process. Measure out how much you need. If you want to do that, some of your offcuts from your A4 will absolutely fit. I tend to use the Helmer's Quick Dry for the fabric. Work out which side you want your bottom. I usually put the fold down the bottom there. The paper that I print out on is the cardstock's usually around 225 GCM. You could do 160 though, and the same as the she says confidently get that out. There we go. I do find though this stuff, it does bubble up quite weird. And the top sleeve, I've actually just done this out of a 120 gram paper, which is probably not quite strong enough. You can see how it kind of dents inside there, but once you put something inside it'll be fine. Right, let's these are the stamps that I've found. Now don't ask me who made these. I'm very lucky in my op shops. I find all sorts of wonderful little bits and pieces, and this was in a packet I picked up one day, and it stamps really well, thankfully. Let's have a look through, and golden meads, little cutouts. These are just so beautiful. Again, I think we need, oh, that's quite sweet. Where do I want to go? More neutral coloured. Oh, I like the green. The green. It's supposed to be a St. Paddy's Day project for me, so let's stick with that. Again, because I'm using fabric, I'm just going to use that quick dry glue. Take it out of the sleeve. Oh yeah, those colours look great. Look how they match, so nice. Do I want to add a little bling as well? I picked these up at the warehouse. They were on a clearance for, I don't know, $1.50 I think it was. I was quite pleased with that. I've got a few clearances at the moment, and we'll use a light coloured one, I think. And we'll pop it in the centre of that little flower. Right, let's put some chockies in. And there we go, little matchbox with a little gift ready for St. Paddy's Day. All the luck of the Irish to you. Have a great day.